Good evening and welcome to NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. The politics over the the bill that the government says will end corruption. Even after the opposition boycotted it, spoke against it, the bill was sent to JPC. Now it seems the politics continues because the opposition, and specifically the TMC, Samajwadi Party, Aam Aadmi Party, have decided to boycott this bill, calling it draconian against the very principle of natural justice, jurisprudence. The opposition says, in our view, the JPC is a farce and that the referral to the JPC is merely a delay tactics, as political parties were not given adequate time to study the proposed legislation. Now, this also, in a way, at this moment, has the India bloc divided, or is it? Because the Congress is yet to announce boycott of the JPC, which is going to, in fact, look into the finer details of this bill. The India bloc, which showed, and the opposition, which showed greater unity in this monsoon session, could this JPC and this bill, where at least they spoke in one voice, but now with this JPC curveball by few opposition parties, has it put the Congress party in a spot? And what does this mean for the democratic institution or the constitutional institution, which is the JPC, a parliamentary body? We'll discuss that. First, listen in to some reactions.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सारा कैबिनेट को बताया कि देखिए रिकमेंडेशन में तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर को इस प्रोविजन से बाहर रखा जाए, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री नहीं माने। मोदी जी कहा कि नहीं, प्रधानमंत्री को एक्सेप्शन क्यों मिलना चाहिए? प्रधानमंत्री भी एक नागरिक है, वो कोई अलग से उसको प्रोटेक्शन या उसको स्तर नहीं होना चाहिए, जैसे बाकी है वैसे प्रधानमंत्री। तो इतना अच्छा बिल है। दूसरा, आज तो प्रधानमंत्री, ज़्यादातर मुख्यमंत्री तो हमारे लोग हैं, तो अगर हमारे लोग गलती करेंगे तो वो तो पद छोड़ना होगा। नैतिकता का भी कोई चीज़ होता है कि नहीं? इसलिए अगर अपोजिशन पार्टी सचमुच में नैतिकता को पैमाना मान करके अगर सोचते तो वो इस बिल को स्वागत करते।
सरकार एक गैर संवैधानिक और गैर लोकतांत्रिक बिल लेके आ रही है। इस बिल का मकसद सरकारों को गिराना, सरकारों को तोड़ना, खरीद फरोख्त करना, विपक्षी नेताओं को पकड़ पकड़ के झूठे मुकदमे लगाकर जेल में डालना, उनका इस्तीफा देना। तो लोकतंत्र को खत्म करने के मकसद से ये बिल लाया जा रहा है। इसलिए आम आदमी पार्टी ने और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने फैसला लिया है कि हम लोग इस बिल के लिए जो जेपीसी बनाई जा रही है सरकार के द्वारा, उसमें शामिल नहीं होंगे।
ये जो संशोधन इन्होंने किया है, ये केवल अपने जो विपक्ष के लोग हैं और खासकर जो उनके सहयोगी हैं, जो भविष्य में इनका साथ छोड़ने वाले हैं, ये उनके लिए विशेष रूप से लाया गया हुआ है, ताकि डर भय बना रहे। और उस डर भय के नाते हमारे साथ, क्योंकि सरकार के पास कुछ करने के लिए रह नहीं गया है कि समाज में क्या कर पाएंगे। रोजगार देते नहीं, रोज काम दिया नहीं, 2 करोड़ लोगों को नौकरी देने की बात थी, कहाँ गया 20 करोड़ लोगों का? वो सब कुछ खत्म हो चुका है। तो केवल डर और भय दिखाकर अपने सहयोगियों को और विपक्ष के लोगों को डरवाते रहेंगे।
Joining me on the broadcast to discuss this further is RP Singh, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We also have Mr. T.S. Singh Deo, former Deputy Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, senior leader of the Congress Party. Anmol Pawar, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, is also with us, and so is Sajjan Kumar, political analyst. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for speaking to us on this. Mr. Singh Deo, let me begin by asking you, sir. The opposition has made their line. Aam Aadmi Party, Samajwadi Party, TMC have made their line very, very clear. They are not going to be part of the JPC as far as this bill is concerned. They believe it's draconian. It is against the natural, laid down processes, jurisprudence of this country. Throughout this parliament session, there was unity that we saw in the opposition. Is this bill breaking that unity with the Congress not announcing the same, sir?
Good evening, Ankit ji. Late good evening. Good evening to panelists and all the viewers too. As far as the strategy for this bill is concerned, for one, I am not the spokesperson for the Congress, so I cannot say anything in that capacity. You asked me to, or your channel asked me to join in. So I have taken the risk, should I say, of joining in.
So we are very, very grateful for that. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
The
Thank you so
endeavor
much.
is to bring out all the sides on this debate.
The party would plan its strategy, if this is a strategy, as to whether to participate in the JPC or not. But the matter is of the bill being passed, and I do not see the ruling coalition having the majority or the strength to pass with a two-thirds majority. I think it will be 363 or thereabout, where the two-thirds mark would come around. And I don't see those numbers. So this bill, I'm not seeing it seriously at all, because with the numbers with the India Alliance, 230 or the numbers with the Alliance, this bill will not pass through. So I don't see this as a serious bill at all.
Okay, Mr. R.P. Singh, respond to that. The government has just floated this as a conversational balloon. If you were serious, where are the numbers to back this bill? And, the opposition also has made a charge that you did not even give them enough time before you introduced the bill. You just wanted to make a political point, and that's what you have done.
Well, let first show you a video of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And what did he say about
the ordinance is village? Complete nonsense. And it should be torn up and thrown out. That's my opinion, my personal opinion on the ordinance. I'll repeat it for you. My opinion on the ordinance is that it should be torn up and thrown away.
Well, this is Rahul Gandhi, whose spokesperson is taking a, Dev Singh ji is taking a U-turn now. And they have all the right to do that, because...
What U-turn, sir? I didn't get that.
Oh, this was a video of Mr. Rahul Gandhi when 2013 bill was introduced to safeguard the interests of the corrupt. And he said, I'll throw the bill into the dustbin, and the bill never saw the day of the light.
How are they both related?
They are related because it's the same Rahul Gandhi who stood against corruption, and today he is standing with corruption.
No, Mr. R.P. Singh, that could be a political line, but that doesn't mean the bill that you're bringing has... there are a lot of questions as far as this bill is concerned, and that is the reason why your party has acknowledged and sent it to the JPC.
Well, what is the question? Question is that a person can run a government from jail. You are an anchor today, Ankit, here on a TV channel, and tomorrow there is, God forbid, nothing happens to you, but something happens and you are sent behind jail. You meet with an accident, and your car meets with an accident, you are sent behind jail. Can you run a show from jail? So, no, I'll keep running the show from the jail. I still continue as the anchor here. No, it's not possible.
But there are apples and oranges, sir, because there are no safeguards as far as the politicians are concerned. The opposition is saying that you are completely turning the whole jurisprudence on its head. Even before a trial starts, even before charges are framed, even before anything else happens, agency just picks you up, puts you in prison, and in 30 days you are expected to resign. The government could use this to topple or destabilize the government of the opposition parties.
Supreme Court says bail is the first right, not the jail. And Supreme Court has abided by that in even the ED cases also. In recent ED cases also, they have given bail. In spite of there was strong ED proofs against charge sheets against those persons, individuals. So, anyone can go to court and seek a bail. 30 days are good enough a time to seek a bail. And since the matter is referred to JPC, if they have any query to raise, they can raise in the JPC. Okay. But they won't do that, because for them, remember Partha Chaudhary? Stacks of bundles of rupees at his residence. So, had he performed from the jail, or was he made to resign? He was
Sir, but I can give you multiple examples of political leaders, starting with Jayalalitha and many others. Those who were put behind bars, then they were in fact announced innocent. They came out without any, remark or any stain on them. Then should then be a safeguard that if there is malice, if the agencies act without proper proof or on behest of somebody, there should be a safeguard that then they can be prosecuted as well.
Ankit, what do you mean by on behalf of somebody? I take strong objection to your just statement of on behalf of
Why,
somebody.
sir? The Supreme.
Ankit,
Can I quote you? Can I quote you the Supreme Court on this? Can I quote you the Supreme Court on this? From 2013 to 2025, in both an ED and CBI, the Supreme Court has in fact made this assertion that CBI is the cage parrot. On ED, it has said that you have to act as an independent agency, not as the mouthpiece of the government in power. That's the Supreme Court, not me, sir.
Please, I still hold my objection to you saying that ED is a mouthpiece of government. ED performs on its own and independent of the government. And then that's the problem today. Because everyone is trying to categorize the constitutional bodies, whether it is ED, whether it is Election Commission, whether it is Army, whether it is any other constitutional body. Everyone is trying to categorize them.
Okay.
To create certain sort of anarchy in the system. But fact is that what is the problem? I mean, there's a glaring example of Delhi Chief Minister running a government from the jail.
Okay.
And I mean, it was shocking that he said, no, I'm okay with running the government in the jail. And that's how this bill has to be introduced. Give me a second. And two parties which supported the cause of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal even that time was TMC and Samajwadi Party. And still, they came and supported the Aam Aadmi Party, not the Congress Party in Delhi elections also.
Okay.
So they have their
Anmol,
answers.
sir, let me get Anmol on this. Anmol, Mr. RP Singh has a very clear question. You had some questions. The bill has been sent to JPC. Now you are running away even from participating in that process. This is the most democratic parliamentary process as it can be. Why is the opposition, or at least your party, boycotting this?
I cannot hear anything.
Should the chief ministers be allowed to run their governments from prison? And if you have some constructive examples or at least assertions to give, you should go ahead and present that in the JPC. Okay, I've been told that Anmol cannot hear me. Before I go to Sajjan, sir, Mrs. Singhdev, can I point that to you, sir? If the opposition has some problems or they feel that this bill is an overreach bill, it's draconian, JPC is a perfect parliamentary democratic platform where the opposition can suggest some safeguards, can suggest some amendments. Why is the opposition running away from that, sir?
It can, theoretically and practically it can. But if the bill is seen as one which doesn't deserve discussion, I'm using strong words, if it doesn't deserve discussion, then why take part in it?
But that can be your point of view, sir.
Yes,
I mean, anybody would agree that corrupt netas should not be holding important posts.
But by calling them corrupt, for example, you said corrupt netas, you passed a judgment. You yourself are saying that judicial procedures are being thrown out of the door by this bill. Let me give you two very extreme, they may be very objectionable examples. Let me give you two very extreme examples of very senior leaders in the country. Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Amit Shah. Should they have left office? I do not think they should have left office if some action was being taken against them, where they were, let us say, in prison for more than a period of 1 month.
RP Singh says Mr. Amit Shah resigned, and the Home Minister on the floor of the House did say, sir, that I resigned and did not take any constitutional, post till the time I was, in fact, in the clear as far as the law is concerned.
That is what he said. But why should he be put in a position where he should even think about that?
How can you deny the fact?
RP Singh Saab is making the same point. Don't get agitated, sir. He's making the same point. He's saying that he should not. He's making a point, sir. He's not speaking anything against the Home Minister.
I do not think he should till he is proven guilty. No person should be.
Where will the morality stand in the politics?
Hold on, sir. RP Singh Saab, don't do that. RP Singh Saab, don't do that. He did not interfere when you were speaking. Please do not do that. Go ahead, sir.
Representative of People's Act has provisions where those public representatives have been charged or found guilty of offences where the punishment is more than 2 years. They are disallowed. They are removed from their post and position and not allowed to contest elections for 6 years. It is there. Anti-corruption provisions are already there. Here, where the processes are becoming punishments, there you are further punishing public representatives on charges, whether they have been framed or not. Like you said, that maybe in 1 month's time, 90 days time is given to the police, I believe, to present a charge sheet. So before the charge sheet is even presented within those 90 days, leave aside the discussion. You're saying you should leave the post. For one, you are already undergoing punishment for something that has not been proved, which I do not agree with. If the Supreme Court says that bail should be the right and not the, it should be the rule, not the exception, then that is how the country should be running.
Okay.
We are going in exactly the opposite direction.
Okay.
Not only put somebody behind bars, whether they get bail or not, there are draconian provisions in the
Okay. In the PMLA Act, yes.
PMLA Act.
Yes.
So where these sort of things are happening,
Okay.
no public representative should be forced into a position like this.
Let me bring Anmol on this now. I think his audio is fixed. Sir, I'm coming to you. Hold on, sir. But there are two people on the panel, those who have not spoken a word. Let me first get Anmol Pawar very quickly. Anmol, is the worry for you, that the experience that you have had? Remember, though Mr. Kejriwal is on bail at this moment, it's not that he has been adjudicated not guilty as far as the case is concerned. That will be in the course of the trial as far as the case goes. If you have some important objections, provisions that you would want this bill to have, why not present them in the JPC rather than coming out with a boycott? It would look like you are only trying to save your own people.
Good evening, Ankitji. Ankitji, this law is undemocratic and unconstitutional, and JPC, though it is considered as a genuine forum for discussion, but it has turned into a rubber stamp just to legitimize BJP's conspiracy. This bill is not designed to cleanse politics, but designed to systematically eliminate the opposition parties. We have seen over the past decade that how BJP has perfected the art of weaponizing investigative agencies, sending the opposition leaders behind bars without any evidence in false and fabricated cases, as they have done in Satyendra Jainji's case. For 2 years, he was behind bars, and after 2 years, the CBI files a closure report saying that they don't even have a shred of evidence.
Can I remind you, hold on, can I take you back to 2011-12, where Arvind Kejriwal used to read out a list of 12, 13 Netas, and his principal demand was, if there is an allegation, first resign and then investigation. That was what you were saying about, a host of Netas at that point of time, part of the UPA government. How is it when you are in power, your stand has changed?
Ankit ji, we have witnessed that how the Honorable Supreme Court has time and again said that in last decade, the investigative agencies like ED and CBI, they have turned into caged parrots. They are arresting opposition leaders without even any shred of evidence. They have crossed all the limits. These are not my observations. These are observations of division bench of the Honorable Supreme Court. And if the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was truly committed to fighting corruption, then BJP would not have become the safe haven of scam-tainted politicians. Over the past decade, we have seen that in his speeches, Narendra Modi said that Ajit Pawar of irrigation scam, Chhagan Bhujbal, Hassan Mushrif, Narayan Rane, B.S. Yedurappa, these are all corrupt people. But what happened eventually?
Sir, but that cuts both ways. That cuts both ways. Hold on. Gentlemen, hold on. Give me a second. Mr. Pawar, that cuts both ways. Mr. Pawar, that cuts both ways. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal used to also speak against Lalu Prasad Yadav. He used to speak against the DMK. He used to speak against the Congress party. You have gone on and allied with those people to fight elections. So in politics, it's all fair. That is something that you have also shown, sir.
Ankit ji, what are your views on the Supreme Court observation which said that even after countless raids, thousands of raids, countless investigation, not a single evidence, not a single penny recovered against Arvind Kejriwal?
So present that in the JPC, say that you need some safeguards. There should be penal action if you are framed. If you are then, found not guilty, then there should be penal action against the agency.
Certainly we have demanded. We have... Ankit ji, Satyendra Jainji's case is open and shut.
It's just one case, sir. He's still facing other charges as well. But
what about this case?
I agree.
He was behind bars for 2 years, and after 2 years, CBI says
why don't you present that as a case study in the JPC?
No.
What do you get from boycotting it? Aam Aadmi Party has been part of many JPCs. Are you saying that you were part of all those JPCs just to be a rubber stamp?
Ask the Bharatiya Janata Party, would they apologize to Satyendra Jain for keeping him behind bars in a false and fabricated case.
But then that's
for
an
levelling allegations
agencies
against
that have
him,
done that,
for
not
calling him
BJP,
corrupt.
isn't it, sir?
No, but the Honorable Supreme Court says that they are puppets of Bharatiya Janata Party. They are Tota and Mena of Bharatiya
The
Janata
court
Party.
has not
ED and
said they're
CBI.
puppets of Bharatiya
Court
Janata
had
Party.
said that in the bail-
The court
in
has
the
never
bail
said
order
that.
of
Court has
Arvind
taken
Kejriwal
ED and CBI
in
to
the
task,
bail-
but has never said they are puppets of BJP. Let me get in Sajjan Kumar at this
They are
moment.
working
Hold on.
like caged parrots.
Hold on.
These are observations of the Honorable Supreme
I agree
Court
with
in
that.
Arvind
The cage parrot
Kejriwal's
observation
bail.
came in 2013, and there have been many strictures against the ED as well.
2024.
Hold on, Anmol.
2024,
Anmol,
not 13.
hold on. It's not a debate just between me and you. There are other panelists as well. Sajjan Kumar, let me bring you in very quickly. There are, and no matter how you want to present it, you want to throw it as the ethical question, there would be many those who will argue to ensure or enforce morality and ethics as far as politicians are concerned, because they should hold themselves to a higher standard. Faster, speedy trials are the way to go, not putting people behind bars or asking them to quit their job only because there has been a mere allegation. Even before the charges are framed, even before the investigation is completed, you are asking people to throw away their careers.
Ankit, why the political class should be treated differently from the government servants? If that sort of impunity should be provided on the presumption that innocent until proven guilty, why should that be confined just to the political authority, be it the MPs, MLAs, chief ministers, prime minister, etc.? Why do you suspend the government employees, give them the same sort of extension? So this is also a question of the moral parity, across the spectrum between executive, political class, etc. Second, what is also missing is the entire concept of political morality. When we go into the granular detail of procedural things, so certainly there can be more provisions for safeguard, and for that you need to deliberate, participate in the deliberative function, because that is the core of the legislature. You have to deliberate, you have to participate in the procedure. By refusing to participate in a deliberative function itself is a denial and unbecoming of your.
Sajjan, let me ask you this then. Then. Why is it different from from a government servant to a politician? The data suggests between 2014 to 2022, there has been fourfold jump in enforcement directorate cases against politicians. 95% of these cases are against the opposition. Of this, 19 are ministers, and between this tenure, there have been 19 arrests made, and the enforcement directorate rate lies at a mere 1% for conviction. Should this data then not worry the opposition? It's not that this is being used or this.
No.
Sir, let Sajjan respond, then I'm going to come to you, RP Singh Saab.
Yes.
Hold on. That question is to Sajjan Kumar. That question is to Sajjan Kumar, RP Singh Saab. Hold on.
Let's take this data seriously and then go. I mean, this data suggests that there has been a tendency to misuse the anti-corruption measures against the opposition governments. One, do we envisage a permanent ruling party and a permanent opposition, or do we see a circulation of these categories? Because we have seen phases of parties' dominance, from Congress to regional parties to now BJP, not even having the majority first. So there is sort of, once it becomes a law, it will become a law of the land, which will have a parity across the
But that doesn't mean that a bad law will not. I mean, we can't justify it by saying that, okay, today they are using it, tomorrow somebody else will use it. I mean, that can't be the argument.
No, but Ankit, by that logic, every law has a potential to be misused. So by that logic, should we suspend a set of laws?
But all laws do come with some safeguards. Here, there is no safeguard,
So,
neither some punitive action. Shouldn't that be the basis of at least argument on this?
Yes, and for that in JPC, we need to deliberate the safeguarding measure, not to reject it in toto.
Okay. RP Singh, if the opposition decides to continue with their boycott of the JPC, where does this leave the government with? Because then it would look like, even if the Congress jumps out of it, then it will look like, the JPC or any discussion in the JPC would not be at least, would not be meaningful in that sense. It will just be the ruling party which will be discussing this bill.
Ankit, first, let's correct your data. Here I'm reading from the Economic Times, which categorically says that 92% conviction rate as far as ED goes.
The 92% conviction rate of the cases that have gone into some sort of a trial. At this moment,
So it is no. So it
so
is
out
matter
of
the court. It's
5,000,
matter of
let
the
me give
court.
you another data.
No,
Out of
okay.
more than 5,000 cases, if you only go with 5 cases in trial, and out of that you get conviction in 4 cases, that
It is
becomes
the issue of the
92%,
court.
means
It's not
nothing.
the fault of the ED. Is it the fault of the ED or the fault of the court? If court doesn't pursue the cases or court doesn't have time to have the cases being pursued, how can you hold ED for that? When out of the cases which has been there is a final trial and conviction has happened, 92% has gone. Sorry, 98% has gone in their favor. Coming to the other issue. Now you are saying that again I reiterate. Do you want a person to run a government from jail? What has provoked this? The Chief Minister of Delhi ran the government from the jail. And also, Mr. Amnol Pawar, you have also convicted a lot of people or put a lot of people in jail in Punjab also by your vigilance department. So the parameters are the same. The questions can be raised on you also.
Okay.
So let's there not be disparity where you are running a government or where ED is working or where vigilance department is working. There can be two different parameters.
I spoke about that, but T.S. Singh Dev, let me ask you this: by boycotting the JPC, already the Congress party seems to be at a war with the Election Commission. Boycotting the JPC, the government says that you disrupted the parliament session as well. Is the opposition running the risk, especially the Congress party, running the risk of being seen as completely against all democratic institutions and practices, sir?
No, not at all. I don't think the Congress is boycotting Parliament, Congress is boycotting other processes, other procedures. I don't think so at all. And even with regard to the EC that you have mentioned, it is participating in the process for improving the situation. It is not running away. It is bringing all those anomalies which you and I know are there. Whether who has voted for somebody is something only the EC can say. That apart, that the voter rolls are defective, that everybody knows.
Sir, but voter rolls being defective does not mean that the voter rolls, that all the defective voters or duplicate voters are only voting for the BJP.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's an assumption that the Congress party is making without any proof.
Absolutely. I said that. I said that right now, that it is only the Election Commission who has the details of which person has voted. When a voter goes to the polling booth, his name is recorded by the agencies of the Election Commission who sit on the polling booth. They tick that name. There is a number to each name, which is not disclosed for valid reasons of the secrecy of the ballot. So that custodian, only the Election Commission can ever see. Like matters have come up that polling agents have said that this person has voted twice.
Okay.
But they cannot say. Have to take that aside.
Okay.
That there are 40 voter lists that do mean everybody know.
Right.
So Congress is running away. Congress is participating and wanting an improvement there.
Okay.
And as far as this is concerned, this particular bill is concerned, certain parties who are members of the India Alliance have put forward their views. I'm sure the Congress High Command will consider and take a stand.
Okay, I wanted to give 30 seconds uninterrupted to all of you to make your concluding remarks, but I'm completely out of time. I'm hoping that debate discussion, right, or not just on television, but this debate discussion also takes place inside the Parliament, no matter what that bill is. There has to be enough time. There has to be enough, deliberation on any bill before it is either rejected or it is accepted. That's how democracy and parliamentary democracy functions. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast at this moment. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. News and updates will continue after a short break.